I have a spicy question for you.
Okay.
I know a place where the grass is really greener. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. No place. So sometimes I think
I'm scared.
some groups may be put together kind of, ragtag willy-nilly. And I think sometimes a member leaving a group makes the group more cohesive.
Oh.
What do you think?
I'm trying to think of there have been situations where someone has left.
Did you just read what I wrote?
No, hold on.
Is that okay?
I'm
I thought
reading.
that's why you paused.
Oh my God. Shut up. Sorry, I cannot say that out loud. Oh my God. Well, so I don't know. I'm trying to think, but there have been so many situations where someone will leave and the group will blow up. And I don't think it's because the person left.
Become
though.
popular. Destiny's Child.
Wait, that happened?
They had 4 members and then one left and then they blew up.
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. My parents would always tell me this story of my dad was in a band with my uncles. And apparently
That is so cool.
Yeah, and apparently one of my uncles, he was a drummer. He was a drummer for a famous band in the 80s, but before they were famous. So after he left, they got they got super duper popular, like
the deep lore.
worldwide popular, like after he left.
Isn't there a drummer where that happened, where he got kicked out of it's not Megadeth.
I
It's
couldn't tell you the band right. I can't remember it right now. I'd have to ask my mom.
No, I'm trying to remember. But there is like a band like that where the drummer basically like didn't get in. Was it Metallica that they had somebody leave? Hold on. Now it's going to be like annoying me. I think it was like Metallica or Megadeth. If somebody can remind me in the comments, where basically, like the drummer got kicked out and he basically made another band that ended up being super famous, but not as famous as the first band. And he always felt like a chip on his shoulder. But he made like one of the most famous bands anyway.
Oh, well then.
That is just so funny. Your poor
he's
uncle.
He's being greedy. I know. I don't even know if it's true. What if they're like pulling my leg? But they were like, yeah, he was like friends with knew them, and then he left the band, and then a few years later they like got crazy popular, and I'm like, wow.
But also, I think few years is a long time, right? Like I'll be honest, if I
Sure.
leave a band, if I'm in a band for 3 years and then I leave them for 3 years and then they blow up, whatever.
Yeah.
If I'm in a band for 10 years, I leave and then they blow up the next day. Screw you guys, right? Like that is.
What's wrong with me? It's that banana Oshi or banana Oshi. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Actually,
Oh my
that
God, you
banana
need to send a
sticker.
screenshot. When we were in Japan, we only used Line to communicate. Well, not only, but we used Line to communicate. And she would always send this little banana
it to
going,
you, and then I'm going to
"What's wrong with
screenshot
me?"
it. And then
I love it. Oh my God, I haven't checked Line in a little bit.
Oh, I see your messages about the girl. Where's my banana sticker? He is my Oshi. That's why I say he's my banana.
I love him.
What's wrong with me?
But I feel like sometimes a group can be kind of pushed together very quickly and be a little mismatched. And I do think that sometimes like a member leaving can really help with a group's chemistry. And it doesn't mean the member is bad or it doesn't mean the group is bad. It's just some people vibe better together. But I was thinking about that because a friend of mine has, felt that way herself. Very good friend of mine.
I see.
Yep.
See.
And I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome if, you leave, genuinely, like if you leave a place where you feel you're not fitting in and they're successful, it's awesome. Good for them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like I said, but there are also cases of both. So, like where a member will leave, like some groups are held on by one member.
Yeah. If that the glue. If that member leaves,
it's
the group
over.
is done. I agree.
And that happened to a group called Rev by by DVL. I almost said DHL. Rev from DVL was a group a long time ago, and one of their members, she and they've had tons of members, so many members. Like if you look them up, like they have a bajillion members. But one of the girls blew up because a picture was taken of her and it went insane on like Twitter. Like she was called like the 1 in 1,000-year idol. Like,
oh my God.
And so because of that, like people really started paying attention to the group because she was just so beautiful. She was so cute. Like she just was so, like in the picture, she looked perfect. And it's just like, how does she, oh my God, how does she maintain that look when she's just, you know, when she's in motion? And, but once she left, the group like completely fell apart and they just disbanded. But if anybody doesn't know, you might know the name now, Hashimoto Kana. She is a super duper popular actress now. Like she is in so many things.
Oh, she's so pretty.
I know, she's gorgeous. And
she's really pretty.
I feel bad because she was my Oshi.
What's wrong with me? Sorry, you just linked the banana at like the perfect time.
She was my Oshi in Rev. I was like, she's so cute. Like she also became my Oshi, and I was like, sorry. I'm sure everybody else.
Very cute.
I really like the music from Rev too, so I was sad. I was like, dang. But I mean, she just outgrew the group.
Hashimoto Kana. So again, I kind of have more experiences with this with K-pop where that also tends to happen in groups where one member typically is the star and they shine. So for example, Hyuna, after she left this group called Wonder Girls, she was basically put in the center of a group called 4 Minute. And it was basically Hyuna and the girls, right? And again, if you're the most popular member, there's a lot of resentment between the other members, but also, without you, there kind of is no group.
Yeah.
Even though everybody is talented and amazing, and the same thing happened. There was a group called Miss A where Suzy was just the most popular member by far. And sometimes it feels like certain groups are held on by that one member. And eventually, the member maybe wants to pursue acting.
Yeah.
In both Hashimoto Kana's case and in Suzy's case, they pursued acting.
Yeah, exactly. So I think she just, outgrew the group. And I wouldn't be surprised too if maybe, and this is just pure speculation, so don't, I know nothing, but I would not be surprised if like there was pressure from other members who like were jealous of the, like it's hard. It's really hard when, and because bullying does happen.
Of course.
In these types of groups, not everybody is like all rainbows and sunshine. And so I would love to imagine that all my groups are getting along, but... And what else happens? What did you say?
Envy. You can be super happy and super great, but if you go to a show and you're somebody that maybe rehearses your dancing and you're singing 12 hours a day, and another girl comes in, she's new, maybe doesn't rehearse her dance or singing, and she has 5 times the fans, you might feel a little bit like, what the hell am I doing wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
I get that.
Like, with my group, the red member, how she's so popular, like she has like the longest line than everyone. And like, so I do kind of like worry about the other girls sometimes. I'm just like, they're just kind of standing around while this girl has like this super long line of people waiting for her.
And they're just looking,
but like, and I see their interactions online. And like she comes off as very like, I am for everybody. Like I am, so I hope that she's like that, like I'm always just like, I believe in my Oshi. I believe that she like believes and wants the best for everybody and is very kind and humble about it. But, that's not always going to be the case in some groups. There's going to be someone who's more popular and then it's just like, I'm too good for
That's just life. I think like the older you get, and this is something I talk about a lot on my stream, where a while back somebody was asking me for advice in general. I'm like, I think the best advice you can have in life as you get older is just get okay with feeling bad feelings. Like it's okay to sometimes feel envious. It's okay to sometimes, but don't let that envy or that shame or things like that like take you to a point where you are so upset and so frustrated, and it's all right. You know what? It is frustrating if somebody has a really big lineup and you don't. I get it. But what can you do next year? What can you do better? What can you do differently? Some people, I do think so. I think some people are kind of have a star quality a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I also think that different people have star quality in different environments. And I think this is something that, if you look up my history a little bit, it's something that is a little bit obvious, where if I was in an environment where maybe I won't thrive, and then I'm in another environment, example, Vishojo Twitch, I'm thriving. But I'm still the same person. It's just I'm now put in a different environment. And I also think certain people have their time to shine, and that's okay as well, right? And you just I think the sooner people get comfortable with not always being the star, not always being the center, not always being
Right. We can't all be
shining.
the anime MC, right?
Yeah.